So often I have an instruction, take the heads of your arm bones back. And I realize that a lot of us just have such tight pectoralis muscles that it's really tough to do that. Plus, you need really strong back muscles to do that. To pull it back, you need this length. To get this, one of the things you can do is to stand by a wall with your arm extended, press into the wall to take the head of the arm bone back. But another one that I really like is letting gravity help you out. So we'll begin by taking your arms out and you'll be on your belly and you'll roll to one side. Keep your arms very active. Now, if arms in this T position don't work for you, it just feels like it's just not going to work. Just move your arm in some way that will work so that you can do the pose. So enjoy the practice.
You're on your belly, palms are facing down. You roll to one side, so one arm is still extending out straight. You're you're on, say, the right shoulder and the right hip, or vice, or the left, whatever is working for you. I use the opposite arm as kind of a kickstand to just kind of allow myself to just settle in here. So with one hand in front, just opening you up nicely. With the other hand in the back, you press the palm down. Now there you can do any variation you wish that makes you feel slightly more comfortable. Some people like using a little pillow here for their head because they feel like it's a slight strain on the neck. So if you want to elevate your head, by all means do that. And as you press the palm down and just kind of open up more, some of you got more freedom in your upper shoulder, and you can put your hand behind your back if you wish. But it's we're mostly working on the shoulder that's down. But just allow yourself to work a little bit more fully here, pressing from the fingertip tops, pulling in from those fingertips all the way to the shoulder. Just working to open up that upper chest area a little bit more. And if you're feeling like this is becoming a little bit too much on that arm, then of course you want to back off and maybe even bend the elbow slightly or take the hand a little bit closer to your pelvis. If you can keep it in that T position that we started with, that might be optimal, but for some of us, that just doesn't work for the shoulder. So stay here for 3 more breaths. And now come out of the pose to lie on your back. Before going to the other side, let's just see if you can tell as you lie on your back with your knees bent. See if you can tell that one side is open a little bit more than the other by pressing your elbows down, lifting your heart up in setubandha sarvangasana. Can you notice how that one side that you are really working just feels so much fuller than the other? That one pose teaches you how to go deeper into another pose that's just completely different. Now that you've checked that out, come back down, lie on your belly, go in that T position with the palms facing down again, and turn to the opposite side. So as you press your hands down, roll over and just roll over in a way with possibly the head supported in a way that you feel like You can support yourself to stay there for a few breaths. And this yin yoga practice really takes a little bit of patience with yourself just to find what works for you on one side compared to the other. And as you just pause there, just come to the breath. Do all the actions, with the hand that we were doing before, which is to use one hand as a kickstand if you wish, or that hand can be behind your back or at your pelvis to open the opposite shoulder. As you press down through the fingertips, draw from the fingertips back to the heart. Just see about opening the heart a little bit more and just notice on this side, like how's this side compared to the other? You feel like your elbows trying to press so fully. If so, you want to keep the work of the shoulder, the head of the arm bone, drawing back. Maybe you can even inch your fingers out just a little bit more, create more distance there. And we'll stay here for 3 more breaths. And you can slowly come out of the pose. Once again, to lie on your back. And sometimes one side of the ribs doesn't feel quite as open as the other side. As you lie on your back, just check it out to see if you can balance out the actions by pressing your elbows down, lifting your chest up, press your feet down, and pull your feet in toward your heart. And see if you can notice a difference now, more fullness in the upper chest in this pose that's completely different than the poses we were doing. Can you tell how your back bend is just a little bit fuller and brighter? And release down.
Thanks for joining me in the practice. Now you can do a full practice or lie in Shavasana for a few moments or move on to the activities of your day. Namaste.